Co-found Hers, your inside line to the need to know, the who to know, and the how the hell do we do it all. Now, here are your hosts, Lisa Lidvag and Angela Sandler.
Woo!
Hey.
Good morning, St. Louis. Hey.
How's everything going?
Man, I'm trying to thaw out. Good grief. We're having technical difficulties, people. So bear with us. But yeah, this cold, I think, is turning everything's
breaking because of the cold.
Yeah. I mean, everything. Well, so I was laughing with some friends of mine because this is literally like the 550th day of January, right? I mean, how much are we feeling this right now? Yeah.
Fast enough.
And, trying really hard to channel all of our past guests and their advice and wisdom about, just going with it and be in the moment and all that stuff kind of hit me yesterday.
Oh,
no, not in a good way. No, in a very bad way. Because I was like, I've been holding it together for 29 days and now I'm done. I'm done holding it together.
I don't disagree with you. I feel very done with a lot of things.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I took out a stop sign yesterday, a construction stop sign, because I was like literally like out of my mind driving home from an appointment and went to take a left turn and the guy was waving me on and I'm like, and it's a red light. And I'm like freaking out and took out his stop sign. Probably traumatized that poor man. And I'm sorry if you're listening right now. I'm so sorry that I traumatized you. It will take months of therapy to get him out of that hole. But
I'm sure they've seen
no one
worse.
was hurt. My car is like a tank. It didn't, nothing. I could take out a Trupo sign and it wouldn't affect that car. But yeah, I'm kind of done.
Yeah,
I am done with the month.
I am too.
Ready to move on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
what's
I know.
Coming up for me is not
February.
But,
well, yeah.
So I will not be here next week.
I know. So do you want to share your fun?
Yes, I'm having spinal surgery on Tuesday, so this should be real interesting. So I don't know, like January is it sucked. It seems better than February.
Yeah, then February is going to be for you.
That's okay.
But you'll be laying on your back and like letting people take care of you, right?
I hope.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
That I'm wishing that for you.
That's true.
Like let people like take a minute and let people like actually take care of you.
Yeah.
So you haven't been working out.
No,
since your diagnosis,
so
I know,
bad.
which is
Awful.
I know really troubling for you. Yeah,
it's terrible. Like that's my outlet. So
so
we're
ready.
We'll see what happens.
Man, I thought 26 was going to be our year. What the what?
We're only 1 month.
I know, but 500th day of the first month. Good grief. Okay. I'm going to stop airing all my grievances and we're going to bring some positivity into this room because we have a really cool guest today. And I say cool because she really is the it girl. She's the it girl for nutrition. She's somebody that we've known a long time, that we've worked with on a peripheral event basis and love the work she does and love the message she's sending and just how she helps all of us kind of make better decisions around our own wellness and choices we're making. And would you like to introduce our guest, Angela?
You all might know her as STL Veg Girl. But the lady behind that is Caryn Dugan. And we are so excited to have her here today.
So excited.
And to kick off this new year with some new nutrition tips and also just learning all about her background and really the passion that you have for this and how you got there and just getting to know you a little bit better.
And it's so much more than St. Louis Veg Girl.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a brick and mortar there. She's a thought leader in the area and regionally and nationally. I mean, there's so much. And I really want to think that you wrote a book. Did you write a book?
Just got my book deal. My first book deal.
Oh, the universe fed that to me. Didn't even know that. Amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, welcome, Caryn.
Thank you, guys. I mean, this is something else. When I got the invite, I was like, yes, I made it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you girls, I'll tell you what, we got together. When was that?
Oh my God,
was that outside?
10 years ago.
Was it 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Was it 10?
Well,
No.
8 years ago. Let's say it's 8 years ago. Let's just round it to 8. I
I
think
feel like it was like 2018 18 or 19.
It was around
outdoor event.
Taste of St. Louis. And it was down at Soldiers Memorial. And you were one of our highlighted speakers. That
was super fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
It was such a fun. Yeah,
it was a fun.
It was a really fun one. It was a fun event.
Yeah.
Chuck did it right.
Yep, that's right.
But yeah, so we've known you for a while, and we've been, fangirling over you because you're all over everything. We see you everywhere. You literally are the thought leader around this particular topic, and so much so that you opened a whole brick and mortar. And tell us, it's like I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah. So, by the way, the Center for Plant-Based Living is now it's virtual only now.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I opened up the Center for Plant-Based Living so the whole reason I got into this is my dad died of cancer, and then 10 weeks after he died, I was diagnosed, and then I started the STL Veg Girl, blah, blah, all the things.
Right.
And so when I opened up the Center for Plant-Based Living in downtown Kirkwood on Jefferson, I wanted to make sure, in order to honor him, I opened it on the anniversary of his passing.
Oh.
So that was
That's
kind of
special.
a cool thing.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be all the things I ever wanted it to be. And
because your daddy was making that happen.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was there.
Instrumental.
And and then COVID happened 7 months later. So don't ask me to buy your lottery ticket.
Yeah.
But you know what? I ended up closing just the brick and mortar, but the business lives on, and is doing well. But I closed it because other things had happened during that time. So it's not like, oh, wow, I closed it. It's like, we all had to remember the word pivot.
Yes.
So that's what I know. Gag. So that's what I did during that time. And then some other things kind of flew. Right. And so then when people started coming back, I was like, well, and they didn't come back in they were rushing back. No one was going to movies. No one was and I thought people aren't going to come into class and sit for
the in-person was
2
tough.
hours. Right. Because a lot of people who came into those classes were immune compromised.
Right.
Yes.
So, it was like mask central, and I get it, whatever. And so I thought, well, the business isn't doing the brick and mortar isn't doing as well as it used to. And I mean, that's money.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. So I ended up after 5 years closing it because a couple of other things took off. And
Amazing.
I mean,
That's great.
so it's not like a really sad story. It's just kind of an evolution.
Right.
Sure.
Well, and it's the path that is meant to, we always say this, it is like the path that's, and you have to listen as a business person, you have to listen to what's working and what's not. And that's one of our, we got to take our own ego out of it. Right. And I think that's something you did really well.
Well, I had a little bit of help because when I decided to close it, my mom works in the store right next door to my shop.
Oh, wow.
We used to call it my, Center for Plant-Based Living, the shop. And I started crying. She goes, nope, you would never have had the Doc and Chef, which is the business that came out of it. If you had not opened this, you would not be traveling around the world had you not had this.
Right.
So I was like, yep, Mom, you're right. Click,
Yep.
attitude
Turn
changed.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Turn it. Okay, let's back this up because I really want us to kind of dig into your why, because I think that's important and it's a good story. And let's take us back to, did you always know, have a fascination with food? And no? Okay, tell us where you started.
God, you guys.
Give us the whole lowdown because I'm fangirling right now and I need to know.
Well, so I'm a kid of the late 70s, early 80s. So Campbell's soup, brown
bologna,
hot dogs, Braunschweiger, Spam,
oh my God,
Velveeta cheese.
Oh yeah.
So we've laid the foundation of ultimate health.
Oh yes. More process.
You betcha. You betcha. And then I could not boil water. I love my mom, I love my dad, but she just wasn't happening. Because we were more interested in doing our homework, going out and playing.
Yes.
Of course, every kid should, right?
Oh my God, I was in love with my Crayola caddy. It's no cooking about it.
Yeah.
So when my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and then ultimately
how old were you?
I don't No, he passed away when he was 60, which was 2008.
Mhm.
I'm not, listen.
Yeah, don't do the math.
No.
You were a young
Please.
adult or a child?
Young adult.
Okay.
Young adult. Yeah. And so he died in 2008, and then exactly 10 weeks after he passed away, I was diagnosed with cancer. So that was really awesome. Yeah.
Smokes,
And if you remember
girl.
2008, that was a horrible year anyway with the markets and everything. Yeah. So like I couldn't get any sympathy to save my life.
It was way too noisy.
Right. It was way too noisy. They're like, Caryn, screw you. Come on. We got our own problems.
Sorry, Caryn.
Yeah, sorry, Caryn.
Sorry,
Caryn's got cancer. Next.
Oh man, what a tough nut.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Oh.
Okay, so you get diagnosed and you're a young adult at this point. And what is your career at that time?
I worked in Western medicine.
Stop
Did
it.
you?
What were you doing?
I was the marketing girl at an anesthesiology practice.
Okay.
So, I mean, kind of on the periph.
Yeah.
But getting the paychecks.
Yeah.
And so this whole thing happened, and I friends with a lot of the doctors.
Right.
And I was at a point where, I had malignant melanoma, and it was surgically removed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, why am I,
Right.
And I'm a sun lover. I get it. But I was still curious about, so I thought, okay, I'm scared to death really because I lost my dad, and then I had cancer. And what else? Like, is there going to be another shoe that drops? Like, what's happening here?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking in, and I've always been kind of interested in wellness and health, but like didn't really do it. Or thought I was doing it by like eating,
Fat free.
fat-free,
or salad with ranch dressing, soaked in ranch dressing every day for lunch.
Yeah, I mean, come on, I had it all wrong.
with lunch meat on the top.
Yeah, and only trying to be like
my health food.
Totally, and only trying to be like a size 0 because that's all that matters.
Yes.
God.
So broken.
Yeah, as I'll go with like menopause now.
Sheesh, right.
So I just I got really excited about wellness. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I was working with, so I was like, wonder what this is all about. Like, what do healthy people do?
Right.
Do they do yoga? Nope, not a yogi. Do they get acupuncture? Tried that. And I was like, no mas with the needles. What about meditation? I am way too much of a spaz to meditate. So that wasn't working. And I was like, oh, damn, whoa. Beep. Sorry. 7-second delay. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just like, everybody says eat your greens throughout your childhood. And you're like, well, okay, I guess I'll eat more greens. Gross. So then I went to Dr. Google, as we do, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you boost your immune system, not get cancer again? Like, how, all these things. And interestingly enough, what came back, the results that we're generating was a vegan diet. And I was like, oh, yeah, next. I mean, we're sitting here in the middle of the country in 2008. I grew up in a conservative family, great Catholic schools all the way through. Like,
it's meat and potatoes, girl.
It is meat and potatoes. And by the way, back then, vegan, we've learned a lot since then. Yeah. So no disrespect.
Yeah.
However, at the time, cult.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it was very, I can remember coming up, my mom was very into all of this as a child. And, that vegan to me was carob chocolate. Oh, no sugar.
Yeah.
That's what vegan said to me.
Stuff that tastes like cardboard.
That tastes like cardboard, very non-flavorful, like everything and maybe this was just in my household when my mom was experimenting with all this.
Yeah.
But it was not appealing. Like there was nothing that would draw me from that childhood experience going, oh yeah, vegan's a great idea.
Well, you didn't. Yeah. And I think because you didn't have a why.
Right. That's true.
That's
true.
So then I started. So then as I was, friends with these doctors, I said, listen, I am interested in this, but I need to know this. I need to know the real why. Like why, why is a vegan diet showing up on my results? So, and I need to read these studies. Can you teach me how to read studies? So a couple of the guys taught me how to read these studies. And it was off to the races, girls.
Can I
it
ask,
was just,
what test were you referring to? What was giving you these results in vegan? Like, what were you?
I was just Googling,
evaluating just on Google, just like, what should I be eating?
Yeah.
And
like, how do you boost your immune system? How do you, prevent cancer? How do you, whatever. And this new, and I was asking about nutrition too, because that's what I had control over, was what I was putting in my mouth.
Right.
So that's how this crazy vegan diet showed up.
Yeah.
And so I thought, all right, so I started reading and reading and reading and reading and reading. And I kept looking for the study that said, no. Plants are not the answer. No. Plants will never help you. Green's not good for you. That's a myth. Well, I'm still looking for that study. So I thought, well, okay, in order to check off a box, I'll just do this crazy vegan thing. So I go home. And I am in the middle of a rehab, by the way, at this time with my husband down in South City. We are gut rehabbing a duplex into a single family.
Amazing.
Okay.
So, and we're living in it, which by all is
Done
crazy.
Yep.
Like, you get plaster and crevices that you didn't know you had crevices. So I go home and I take everything out of like this makeshift kitchen that we have, like all animal products out. And I mean everything, like crackers that have whey in them, and
you
Tyson
went all
chicken,
in. Yeah.
and like all there was nothing left. And so I go to the grocery store and I'm putting green things in the cart and red things because eat the rainbow, right? So it was like, eat the rainbow. And I was like, I don't even know what these things are, but I'm going to put in my cart.
Right.
And I go to the bread aisle, the bakery or whatever. And I get the bread that is like, a doorstop. It weighs 5 pounds, with all like the specks of nuts and seeds or whatever's in it, the hippie loaf, and I'm getting all the things that I'm supposed to get.
Right.
I get home. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I don't know what to do because nothing has microwavable instructions on it.
Right. It's all from scratch.
Yeah, exactly. So I just start like assembling food. I mean, Google again, vegan 101 recipes. And I hardly had a stove. I had like one little burner that we were using, a microwave, like
your camper stove.
Oh my God. It was like, seriously, we had nothing, literally nothing. I didn't have a countertop. Amazing. It was a piece of wood.
Yeah.
It was like, so I started making this food and I was like, oof, God, whatever.
Right.
So this was what we would do. My husband and I, we would come home. Well,
So was he on board with this?
I mean, he was eventually. Like we would wake up in the morning, we would go to our separate gyms, come home, take our showers, go to our jobs, come home, put on our gross clothes and start like bringing walls down,
right?
And then at 10 o'clock at night, we'd watch the news, have some dinner, and then go to bed, do the whole thing over again. And in that time, I was trying to like prevent cancer and like, and so
it's a lot.
It is a lot.
No, it is a lot. And that's really the thing here is that I was just assembling food, and I gave Tim one night when we were all full of like plaster dust, I gave him this food, quote, and he looked up at me with these puppy dog eyes, and he goes, oh, Caryn, listen, I know that like I understand what you're trying to do. I think it's probably the right thing to do, but oh my God, this food's going to kill us both.
Right.
And it was like, you could just cut the tension with a knife.
I love it.
And it was a good cry,
Yeah.
And so he put some hot sauce on it and called it a night.
Yeah. Right.
And, so the next day he calls Whole Foods, or he looks around for a vegan cooking class, and which was at Whole Foods in Galleria. And when they had those, right?
Yeah.
And he sets up, or he, registers us for a class. And it was wonderful. And I thought, well, I'm not going to take a class because guess what? I'm trying to get on the other side of this crazy vegan diet. Like, I don't really want to do this.
Yeah.
And, but the instructor was awesome. She was slinging plants like nobody's business. It was great. It was a class. She was using 3, 4, 5 ingredients for each dish. It was tasty. It was easy. It was fast. We were having a good time. And I thought, nah, all right, I'll give it a try for a little while longer. So
yeah.
And here you are,
here
20 years later.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it is, and I asked about your husband because that's been one of it's always my challenge with my people is because they are meat eaters and they continually tell me, I don't have protein. And so in fairness,
that's always the
right.
question.
And in fairness, they're not wrong if you're not thoughtful about how you're putting your ingredients together, right?
It's
like, oh, you're right, I get it, there's not enough protein in this meal because it just has lentils and lettuce, right? I get that, but So
lentils have a lot of protein.
Yes,
by the way.
they do. They do. But in their heads, it's that mind shift of like, it doesn't have to be a piece of meat to give you what you need.
Yeah.
So tell us kind of so you took the cooking class. Yeah. Where did it go from there? Like, when did you decide, this is my calling, I got to do this for everybody?
The instructor of that class, the teacher, she called me after class and said, would you like to be my assistant?
Really?
Wow. And you could have peeled me off the ceiling. I was so excited. I mean, and I thought, okay. And she was teaching 2 classes a month. We had 2 Whole Foods here in town at the time.
Okay.
And so I was her pack mule.
Yeah.
You know, I would bring in the recipes. I would clean the dishes. I would help her however.
You're like the sous chef.
Yeah. I mean, not even just like the little helper.
I love that.
And I did that for a couple of years with her, just twice a month. And I kept going with this way of eating, this new lifestyle. And then she left town. Her husband was transferred. And so Whole Foods says, okay, time for you to step up. You're going to teach. And I said, no. I've never taught anybody anything, nor do I want to.
Right.
And they said, okay, well, here's the application. And I was like, oh God. So I go home and I'm like, Tim, get a hold of this. And pardon me. And he, and I said, they want me to teach. And he goes, oh my gosh, you have to. And I go, oh my gosh, awesome. Hi, have we met? No. And he's like, no, he's like, Caryn, you get home twice a month from these classes and you are walking on air. Like it's so exciting. And I was like, no, I really just don't. And he's like, okay, let's go for it. So we go through the application, which is 1 sheet, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the sheet, it says company name. I go, see, Tim, I don't have a company. Like this is like not me.
You're talking yourself out of it.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And so in the interim, I had started a Twitter account only to stalk other people.
Okay.
And just to see just to get some insider like on nutrition and what people are doing. Anyway, so, and I called myself STL Veg Girl.
Love that.
So Tim goes, figure it out. Figure out the company name. And I was like, oh, maybe it's my Twitter account.
Yeah.
That's how STL Veg Girl was born.
Stop. Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And the whole time you're working your full-time job too, right? You're like kind of just hustling it all.
I was that's actually a great point, is that I was working harder than ever because I didn't want that company to be like, oh, you're doing your own thing.
Right.
So I was working 100% there and then really trying to figure out what was going on the other side.
Yeah.
So,
well, and let's remind everybody that's listening, this is before plant-based food was a thing, guys. This was what, 10, 15 years ago?
I started Veg Girl in
2011. Yeah. So this is before you could go and buy an Impossible burger in your grocery stores. So let's stop here. Let's take a minute. We're going to listen to some wonderful commercials from all of our lovely sponsors. And then we're going to get back to Caryn and kind of talk through this next phase of STL Veg Girl.
Okay.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
No, it's really getting out of hand, man. It's going way out of control.
With Cam Jansen.
I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
You're a legend in the city, moving by day instead of night.
Weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hell yeah.
Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This whole situation is getting out of control.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown & Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown & Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown & Crouppen now.
Introducing the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, your new home in the Grand Center Arts District. The Key STL is where the music plays, the game is always on, and the dance floor is open. The Burger Bar features the ultimate smash burger experience with premium pasture-raised local beef and a dozen house-made sauces to top it all off. It's the Key STL Burger Bar and Boogie, 3225 Olive in Midtown. Before, during, or after any game, this is the spot, St. Louis. Find out more at thekeystl.com.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
Your LouInfo.com news. I'm Jared Cirillo. Multiple injuries are being reported after a shooting at a funeral home in Ferguson. Police said shots were fired at the Cotton Branch Mortuary in the 100 block of North Florissant Road Wednesday during a funeral for a teen who had died from gun violence earlier this month. Authorities said 3 people suffered gunshot wounds while 3 others were injured in the ensuing chaos. A vigil was held last night for the ICU nurse who was shot and killed by a federal agent last weekend in Minneapolis. Hundreds gathered in South County in memory of 37-year-old Alex Preddy. Attendees said the vigil was about raising awareness of the tactics being used by ICE and other immigration officials. And a Metro East Boy Scout leader is now charged with possession of child sexual abuse material. The Illinois Attorney General's office says 25-year-old Caleb Rakers was arrested after officers conducted a search at his home in Millstadt. We're streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by Home Bank. Member FDIC. Secure your financial future by opening a high-yield checking account today. Go to myhomebank.bank to get started.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. We're staying in the low 20s today with some cloud cover as cold front moves through our area. Cloudy for the overnight hours and snow shower or 2 may pop up. Single digits on the lows and then a mix of sun and clouds and upper teens for the high on Friday. We're in the upper 20s on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Miklasz, Randy Carricker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. Plus, your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Today, business moves fast. Don't fall behind your competitors. Contact CTS, Commercial Technology Solutions, today for your voice and data needs, including networking, internet, and video conferencing. We offer 24-hour emergency service with competitive rates and an A+ rating from the BBB. At Commercial Technology Solutions, it's all about service, solutions, and stability. Contact them in Missouri at 314-421-3550, in Illinois at 618-452-3550, and online at ctsphone.com.
Back to more of Co-Found Hers with Lisa Lidbag and Angela Sandler on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at LouInfo.com.
Okay. Hey, we're back. We're back with Caryn Dugan, STL Veg Girl.
Yes.
And so much more.
And another amazing business. We can't wait to talk about.
Yeah. So we were talking during the break about, integrating a vegan diet into your household or a plant-based diet into your household. And we are going to touch on that in a little bit. And Caryn's going to give us some tips. But first, we want to kind of dig into the kind of where she was and where she's going. So it's a very good story. So, and she's also got a new endeavor. It's not new, but an endeavor that, she's partnering with a physician. And we're going to have her kind of describe that and let's unpack this. So after STL Veg Girl made her big appearance, what happened next?
I tried to carve out something for myself. I was a private chef for a surgeon for a couple of years. I would go over to his house once a week and make meals for the week.
Right.
And then some people got a hold of that word of that. So I was doing that around town for a while. And then that just got tough because some people changed their alarm codes. Some people didn't tell me the dog was home. Some people said that they had something that they didn't. And I was like, this is for the birds. And I'll tell you what, it was pretty profitable. But it was just really just wearing me down.
Yeah. I can see that.
And so then I started a meal delivery company. And
oh, wow.
So I was doing that for a while. And then I was like, okay, this is not that I don't consider myself a lazy person at all, but I was just like, this is not gonna fly.
Well,
that's hard.
It was hard. It was hard. And then I just started doing classes around town. Cancer support community. I'm still doing classes there. It's just such a wonderful place. If you don't know about the cancer support community, everything's free. If you have cancer, if you've been touched by cancer,
that's awesome.
So things just kind of evolving. I was doing TV a lot, still doing TV, and festivals and all kinds of stuff. So then in 2017 was when I was like, nope, this place, St. Louis, needs a support system. We need people to come together who are interested in a plant-based diet, or who actually, and here's the thing, you guys know this about me, like I'm not like, hardcore. My mission really is a plant on every plate. So just more plants on plates. It can be a potato. A plant is not always a green thing. It's every color of the rainbow. Right. So just put more plants on your plate. Like, there's no vegan police here. I don't even like the word. I don't like the word vegan. And I'm kind of shying away from the word plant-based too, because it's a little bit overused. Like I was watching TV and Tide was like, we're plant-based. And I was like, oh God.
I know so much.
So I'm just so over it. So then we opened up the Center for Plant-Based Living. And I had previously, I got to tell you the story. This is so great. So this is how I met my business partner, Dr. Jim Loomis. If everybody out there.
Hi, Dr. Jim. We know you're listening.
Hello, Jim. And he lives in DC now. And he's actually been there for 10 years.
Wow.
I know. Time flies, right? Don't blink.
Yeah.
So I was teaching at Deerberg's in De Pere. And teaching these plant-based classes. And then Jim was also hired, and he was working at St. Luke's at the time. And he was also hired to teach those classes too, but separately. Like, and when you're there, like, you don't know like the other staff or the other teachers. You're there to do your job and you're out.
Yeah.
So people were coming to my classes and like, do you know Dr. Jim Loomis? And I was like, yeah, I've heard of him. And they would go to his classes. Do you know Caryn Dugan? She's STL Veg Girl. And he's like, yeah. So we never met up. But at that time, like I was really intimidated by doctors because I was like, they're so big and mighty and like, cool and untouchable.
Yeah.
Oh, please. So I've learned a lot since. So no disrespect. I'm just kind of like everybody out there.
Doctors, she loves you.
I'm rolling my eyes. I love you all. So I got up the gumption to write Dr. Jim Loomis an email.
Okay.
And it literally took me a week. And so I remember the first line, Dear Dr. Loomis, by way of introduction, my name is Caryn Dugan. I'm STL Veg Girl. And then so I went through this whole thing.
Right.
So I send it off to him. Crickets.
Oh no.
And I was really hurt. And I was like, oh no. And I huge imposter syndrome.
Oh yeah.
And I always
100%.
had like at that time, and like because I was still learning and I was trying to figure out how do I get educated to
educate others.
Educate others.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh gosh, this is just not working out. I don't know what to do. And then something happened and I was like, you know what? Screw him. I'll figure this out without him.
Uh-huh.
I don't need an email from Dr. Loomis, to like, please.
Who does he think he is?
Right,
Yeah.
right, girl. So then I had enough money in the bank, and I got wind of the International Plant-Based Nutrition Healthcare Conference down in Naples, Florida. It was the first one, and it was actually called the North American Plant-Based because they didn't know how big it was going to be. So, and I'd never been in Naples. I'd never been on a business trip by myself. I was, big girl.
Yeah.
So I go down there, and there's like this happy hour meet and greet before everything starts. And I hear in the back, ha, 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 yeah, hi, I'm Jim Loomis.
Oh my gosh.
He's talking to somebody else.
Oh.
And I had a glass of wine in me. And I thought, So I go over to him and I tap him on the shoulder. And I said, hi, you're
Did you have your name tag on?
Oh,
STL Veg Girl.
Oh, no. But I said, hi, are you Dr. Loomis? And he said, yes. And I said, hi, Dr. Loomis. I'm Caryn Dugan. Blood. He turns white.
Yeah.
And like you could tell, like he was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I said, you are quite.
Yes. Rude. Rude man.
A rude man.
Fill in the blanks.
I called him an AH.
Yes.
And
wow.
Away from him.
Oh wow.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Yes. And I said it, but I said it with a smile on my face.
You poured your heart out in that email, and for him to not acknowledge it.
Right. So I just went up to him with all the charm that I had, and I said, "It's who you are," and whatever. And I walked away, and then he continued to talk with whomever he was talking with.
Right.
And so the next morning, I got up, I worked out, I went into breakfast in this conference room, and he's waving me down with a newspaper that he was reading. I sat next to him, and that's when our friendship started.
That's amazing.
My gosh. Good for you.
That's awesome. He probably, on some level was probably like, okay, this is somebody I need to know because she's got the gumption, the chutzpah to come over and break this down. And that's pretty cool.
Well, and also I had nothing to lose.
No, exactly.
Right.
Right.
And I thought, well, I'm just going to take this by the
well, and I do think that there is, when you're going through the imposter syndrome, anybody that's starting a business feels this in such an intense way. Like whenever you're embarking on a new thing, and everybody seems so much they are
totally
people.
Everybody's just a person.
They're just people, and for the most part, what I've learned on our journey, on my own personal journey, is most people are pretty nice. And when you kind of break through there, most of them do genuinely want to help you. If you're a nice person, if you're coming with good intention, right?
Yeah.
Most of them really do want to help. It's just
we all do want
getting
everyone
over your
to rise.
own, right? Just getting over your own BS,
right?
And stuff you've got going on internally. Yeah, it's so interesting.
So that's
love that.
And I actually just told my mom, just asked me like 6 months ago. She's like, "How did you meet Jim?" And I'm like, "Mom, I told you." And she's like, "Remind me." And she goes, "That's my girl."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So now share with our audience what you and Dr. Loomis are doing, because I think this is so cool. And this is like the last, the new iteration, not new, but newish iteration of your business.
Yeah.
And your education piece of this is with Dr. Loomis.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. So when I opened up the Center for Plant-Based Living, I needed a medical director because I still needed street cred, right?
Sure. Yep.
So I appointed him.
Yeah.
And he was coming in town, often and doing programs with me in classes. And
Nice.
Yeah, really great. So then when COVID happened, kind of shut down and was doing a lot of virtual stuff. So I started a virtual membership through the Center for Plant-Based Living, which is still thriving. And and then also he and I were both invited to Midland, Texas to speak at a medical conference, but separately. Like he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing. And so then at night, we all went out to dinner and we were sitting next to each other chatting, and we realized that we were both getting the same questions. So people would go up to him and say, "Hey, Dr. Loomis, how do I get protein on a plant-based diet?" Right. And they would want a medical answer, but they would ask me and they would want the food answer. Right. So we were getting the very same question.
Almost comparing notes, right?
Really? Yeah. And we were like, hold on a second. Is this a YouTube channel? So I did a quick search to see if anybody else was doing that. And I said, oh my God, we're the Doc and Chef.
Yeah, you are.
And so we locked it down and started doing videos, filming at the shop. And we have 35 out now. They're all free. And they're all anywhere between like 6 and 15 minutes long.
Okay.
And so everything is topic focused. So the first video is on where you get protein on a plant-based diet.
I love that.
And Jim talks about all the science behind what protein is, where you get it, why you need it, how much you need, how much you don't need, whatever. And he talks in layman's terms, which is really wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't talk above you. He's not Mr. Doctor. Like he's just cool.
Right.
And so then he tosses it over to me where I make a recipe that is protein heavy, but totally plant-based and oil-free. And then after each episode, he writes a scientific blog post supporting everything that he just said, because we only talk about evidence-based.
Okay.
Science. I mean, everything's evidence-based. This is no bro science.
Yeah.
This is not social media, what's trending.
Right.
No. I mean, we'll talk about the topics, but we're going to break it down. It's all evidence-based. So, and he was in the movie The Game Changers, and he said he was not going to be in the movie The Game Changers without doing like remember pop-up video on VH1?
Yeah.
He said everything's got to be evidence-based, and people who are watching this movie have got to be able to go back and read more about this.
Right.
So, So anyway, so we have 35 episodes out now. I am editing some more out soon in our new studio, and which is my house.
Love that.
And So, and we've actually. So we started that in 2023. I think 2024. We started traveling.
Oh wow, that's
doing
awesome.
live shows.
Yeah,
we've presented for the Air Force. We went last year. We did 26 trips. We went to. We were in Europe. We spoke to the Romanian Parliament.
Oh my gosh.
It's just we were in Bucharest. We're in Moldova. We've been all over.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've done three cruise ships.
Nice.
Do you see, I'm going to interject here. Do you see internationally, are people more, because, and maybe this is my own myth that I've built in my head, it feels like internationally there's less processed food already.
Yeah.
Do you find that to be true, or is it easier to talk to people? Like, do people adopt this easier?
Well, in Europe, at least, they're more progressive.
Yeah.
And we all know that, the FDA here allows way too many things in our makeup and all those things, and which is not, you can't do that over in Europe for the most part. I mean, this is a very,
broad
very broad.
Right.
So, but yeah, like I get my Nivea from Europe, not from here.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's a different, like the standards are a little bit different, and also I feel like accessibility than it is here. Like here, every single corner has ho-hos. I mean, let's be real. Every gas station you walk in, like their snacks are all ho-hos and Doritos and Takis and Little Debbie's.
Yeah, right. When you're checking out, it's like, it's fine. I have a cart full of greens. I can have these Doritos.
It's so in your face all the time that it is really,
well, it's big business. Listen, there's no Blueberry Council or your Brussels sprouts, lobbyists. They're not making any money.
Right.
I would
grow blueberries all day long. All day long.
It is, but it's a challenge because, and I don't know if anybody else watches as much television as my husband and I do, but we watch a lot of television, and literally every other commercial is a food commercial or a drug commercial. So it really is in our faces all time.
Yeah.
And we're programmed and conditioned to be hungry all the time.
Well, then if you're not watching TV, you're scrolling on your phone,
right?
And so then you get a different message, or you get, it's like, you need X amount of protein because this or that and the other, and then you go to the store and then you see all of the everything. It says protein.
Right.
I mean, Starbucks has a protein coffee.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen. I like Starbucks, but I'm gonna say, it is a little ridiculous from a certain standpoint, but listen, if it's going to make them money and keep their doors open, I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
You know, like, I mean,
But I
It's all
think that
these kids too
Right.
that are, seeing all this on TikTok and
Right.
everything. I mean, I know my son is like, all he wants is like as much protein as possible.
Yeah. Well, and your son
And it's
is
like-
a foodie guy too, right?
Yeah.
He likes to cook and he likes to, so it is interesting to see this younger generation and their relationship with food. It's very different.
Yeah, it is.
So, kind of riffing off of that, you're on the spot, but would you say that you and the doc are kind of a source of truth?
kind of. We definitely are.
Okay, good.
Oh, you bet.
Good, because we're going to direct our people to go to your stuff.
And
because
listen, this is not like, we're a source of truth because we're looking
It's
at the data.
evidence-based.
We're looking at the
Right,
data. We're looking
right.
at the evidence. You
And I
know,
think
like we're not
that's-
making it up.
No.
We're just
Right.
sharing what is out there.
Yeah,
and science changes too, or things evolve, right?
Right.
So like, something like, that we said earlier, maybe there's new science. Well, then we'll redo that video,
Yeah.
or we'll come out and say,
Yeah.
whatever. Things do change.
I love that.
It's not in concrete. So, but no, we are sharing what is out there, which is available to everybody.
And people, this is free. It's free on YouTube. So it's called The Doc and Chef, and it's a YouTube channel. And you can go on and find out, answer your questions. Don't be misled by all the nonsense and the noise,
Right.
because it is a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And the reason I really love this company that Jim and I have created is because I have not found, or at least there's very few out there, where somebody takes the science and it looks like on a plate.
I love that.
Because you can talk about protein all day long. You can talk about nightshades. You can talk about but what does that look like on your plate?
Right.
Or flip it. You can watch, people, chefs or cooks all day long and be like, yeah, that's really inspiring. But then you kind of like lose steam and you're like, why am I doing this? Oh, wait, remember, because it helps with, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Right.
So we tag team and show you, he talks about the why and I talk about the how.
I love that. I
That's
love
awesome.
that so
How-
much.
How did you get into the traveling part of it? Like, did you is it sponsors that support the show, or did you go how? That seems so exciting to me to just create a global opportunity to share your knowledge.
That's so cool.
We just, I would do St. Louis Veg Fest. I did that for a few years, and then we turned it in from just me doing it to doing it Doc and Chef, and then just a lot of other veg fests around the country were like, hey, we want you to come to ours. And then there was different, we're both on the faculty of a health immersion where we have to go 3 times a year to two really awful places, San Diego and Fort Lauderdale, and for a week and do a health immersion for a company,
My goodness.
and it just kind of evolved. And then people in lifestyle medicine, which is actually where we're going next, is really just evolving into lifestyle medicine. People got word of that, and the Romanian lifestyle medicine, I guess, council or organization knew about us and said, hey, we want you to come over here and present. And we were like,
oh my
that's awesome.
God,
no
I love
problem.
that.
Yeah.
Well, and what an amazing thing for St. Louis too,
Yeah.
to have this expertise in the town.
Right.
I mean,
Right
that's
here.
huge.
Well,
In our
thank you.
backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's everywhere, people. If you haven't seen her, she's everywhere. So now people are going to start seeing you. It's like that car that you like,
Right.
that you never see, that
Right,
you like as soon as
right.
you like it, you're like, oh, I see it all the time.
Yeah. That's so
Okay.
funny.
Tell us what lifestyle medicine is. Define that for us.
Lifestyle medicine is actually supported by 6 pillars. Now that I'm on this, I'm going to get it wrong, but nutrition, which is a plant predominant diet. We don't need to say vegan. We don't need to say plant-based. Plant predominant, plant strong, whatever. So that's one. Nutrition is one. Lowering your stress is one pillar. Movement is one. Better sleep is one. Community is one, and that's because support. And then lowering your alcohol and drug intake. So we call that risky substances. So those are supported by lifestyle medicine, and so you can see how encompassing that really is to full wellness. Now, I will say what thing happened in 2017. I felt like from the beginning of my career, or what I was building as a career, I was really swimming upstream for so many years, and people would look at me and be like, whatever, girl, vegan diet, blah, blah, blah. And I get it. That's fine. But in 2017, lifestyle medicine became a true boarded practice.
Okay.
So like your endocrinologist is a boarded practice, lifestyle oncology, it doesn't matter. Those are all boarded practices right now. Lifestyle medicine is a true boarded practice. So that really shifted.
Yeah.
And so you're going to start to see more lifestyle medicine practitioners do make sure they're boarded. So that what we're seeing is an intersection of Eastern and Western medicine really come together. So like in a true way. So if you're going to go see, if you want a holistic doctor or a lifestyle medicine doctor, just make sure that they're board certified.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Well, and that's probably why we're seeing all these practices pop up that have, a chiropractor on practice, a psychologist on practice, a gynecologist on. I mean, it's like this mix of all these different practitioners.
Yeah.
Within that practice,
which is great because then they can all talk with one another.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great approach.
It is so crazy how everything is so siloed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, because guess what? The ankle bone is connected to the knee bone, which is connected, but and they all talk to each other. But then we have to go somewhere else for different parts of our body, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. Medicine in itself is just a crazy, all of it.
Yeah.
So love what you're doing. Before we enter into this last phase of our conversation, let's tell our guests where to find you.
There's one website with 2 names. You can go to plantbasedcenter.com or thedocandchef.com.
Awesome. And it's on YouTube.
Yep.
So if you guys are watching YouTube, my mom is addicted. She's going to love this. Go watch this. It's all free. So you should be watching it, evangelize it, share it. It's the source of truth, people. So go. Figure it out.
Thank you.
What's next?
Got a book deal.
Yay!
Working,
yeah, you do.
Working on that. And it's the lens of nutrition. So
Love
it's
that.
how nutrition can impact stress, movement, community. And there's actually some pretty cool science on how what you put in your mouth can help you get away from drugs and alcohol.
Love that.
And smoking.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, not like it's just one tool in the toolkit.
Food is healing.
Yeah.
Food is healing. I mean, on all levels. Like, I mean, that's what there is a reason why they call mom soup medicine.
Yes.
It is, there is a healing factor to all foods.
Yeah.
It's just learning how to put the right foods in there. So we have a fun, Angela loves doing this rapid fire. So we're gonna close out the show with rapid fire with Caryn Dugan.
Okay.
All right, go get it.
Come on, Angela.
Come on, Angela.
Come on, girl.
Favorite vegetable.
Oh,
I was not even ready for that.
That was good.
I was not.
Yeah, it is.
All right, it's charred broccoli with a little bit of lemon and salt on top.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Least favorite vegetable.
Oh my God, eggplant. Oh,
I
gross.
love eggplant.
Oh my God, you guys, that's so gross.
Oh, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
I'd be surprised by that. I feel like most tea is more.
See, girl.
I like it.
Learning.
I like it. Best book you've read lately?
The best book that I love and tell everyone about is Millionaire Messenger.
Millionaire Messenger.
2012. I can't think of the guy's name right now, but it's about taking whatever you're passionate about and hopefully making a buck at it.
I like that.
Just one.
Yeah, that's one.
All right, last question.
Favorite guilty pleasure?
Oh.
So I love, this is kind of a vegan thing, buffalo seitan wings with my blue cheese.
Okay.
I'll eat them all day long. And they're, just because they're plant-based and animal-free does not mean they're good for you. But I will eat them all day long until I'm sick.
Love that.
Hot tip. I love that.
Very hot tip. Okay, so for all of that and more, guys, go Caryn Dugan at the plant-based center.com, and she's on Doc and Chef, which is on YouTube. We're also going to share this on all of our socials. Follow us at co-found hers. Oh, I didn't do our mid-show reminder to everybody. Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry,
It's all
guys.
good.
Find us at co-found hers, and we got to get going.
Okay, we out.
All right. Bye, St. Louis.
Thanks,
Bye.
Karen.
Thanks,
you guys.
All right.